Dear students, today we are going to learn about very important topic, that is soil pollution. So all of you know very well soil is very important necessity of the life. All of you know very well soil is uppermost layer on the surface of earth where we can grow the crops, we can grow the food. So it is very burning issue that we should not pollute the soil. So we are going to learn what are the sources of soil pollution, what are the causes or consequences of the soil pollution, and how we can control the soil pollution in this video. So let us start with the basic concept. What is soil pollution? So any undesirable change, undesirable means which we do not want, or adverse change means which is harmful in the physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of the soil, which make it unfit for the crop production, is known as soil pollution. So, once again, we can say any unwanted change or any harmful change in the physical composition of the soil, physical characteristics of the soil, or chemical composition of the soil, and the biological characteristics of the soil, due to which there is decline in the crop production, that is called soil pollution. So soil pollution is basically of two types: positive soil pollution and negative soil pollution. From the name itself it is clear, positive means something is being added up into the soil and it is polluting the soil. Negative means something useful has been removed from the soil and it is polluting the soil. So let us discuss in detail positive and negative soil pollution and their sources. So first of all we will discuss about positive soil pollution. So it is due to the addition of certain unwanted toxic materials into the soil. It means we have added something to the soil and due to which the fertility of the soil has been affected, and that is called positive soil pollution. So what are the main sources of the positive soil pollution? Number 1, pesticides and weedicides. So in the agriculture sector, we are using variety of pesticides and the weedicides to kill the pests and to remove the weeds. These harmful pesticides and weedicides, like chlorinated hydrocarbons, they kill the pest and the weeds in the agriculture crops, but it leads to soil pollution because addition of these chlorinated hydrocarbons or pesticides like DDT, BHC, aldrin, organophosphates, it makes the soil poisonous. It means chemical nature of the soil or chemical characteristics of the soils are affected and making the soil poisonous. It means these pesticides and weedicides, they pollute the soil by the addition of these harmful poisons and make it poisonous or toxic. Second source is chemical fertilizer. In our agriculture sector, we use different chemical fertilizers like urea, nitrates, sulfates. So these chemical fertilizers, when used in excessive amount or excessive use of the chemical fertilizers in the agriculture sector, it causes the addition of the nitrates and the sulfates into the soil, because all these compounds are not taken up by the plants. So the plants which can absorb these fertilizers to certain extent and rest of them they remain in the soil itself, they get added up into the soil, they alter the chemistry of the soil. Again chemical composition of the soil is being affected and These nitrates, when mixed with the water during irrigation process, they convert it into nitric acid. Sulfates, they get converted to sulfuric acid. It means they make the soil either acidic or too basic, and it pollutes the soil by the addition of chemical fertilizers. Means neutral soil is not available for the crop production. Third source is industrial solid waste. So the solid waste released by the various industries that is being dumped over the surface of the soil, these industrial wastes, they have something toxic heavy metals, and these toxic heavy metals, they are being added up to the surface of the soil, and that is causing the soil pollution. Again, it is due to the addition of the toxic heavy metals, so it is source of positive soil pollution. Then salination of the soil, the increase in concentration of the soluble salts. So the chemical fertilizers, when they are leaving the certain salts which get dissolved in the water during irrigation process, they make the increase the salinity of the soil. It may be due to the poor quality of irrigation water, saline nature of the parent rock below the soil. So it means increase in the concentration of the soluble salts also make the soil saline in the nature, and which does not give the same crop production as desired by the farmer. Now what about negative soil pollution? Negative word itself indicates that some loss has been there. It is due to the loss of certain useful nutrients from the surface of the soil. It may be due to the action of the wind, or it may be due to the action of the water. So sources of negative soil pollution are: number one, soil erosion. So whensoever there is flooding, or there is storm, or the wind, the removal of the uppermost fertile layer of the soil due to the presence of floods or the wind is known as soil erosion. So it leads to the depletion of useful nutrients in the soil and pollutes the soil, means decreases the fertility of the soil. Second source is overuse or overexploitation. So you can see in Punjab also, all the farmers, they are mainly growing commercial crops like paddy, wheat. So when we grow or cultivate these cereal crops like paddy and wheat in the same soil again and again, it is leading to the consumption of more and more nutrients. Means we are over exploiting the nutrients, and overexploitation of the nutrients leads to loss of soil fertility. What we have to do, we should do, we should not grow rather same crops in the same soil. So it means useful nutrients has been reduced or they have been removed from the soil and leads to negative soil pollution. Then third factor is unplanned urbanization, the expansion of the cities, industries, building of the roads, or the other developmental projects. We can see that agricultural land is being used up for these expansions. So it means we are converting the fertile chunk of the agricultural land into concrete or barren jungles. Because once you plan a city, you cannot convert it back into the fertile layer. So we have to grow the crops, we have to grow the food only in the agricultural land. So all these positive and negative soil pollution sources, they lead to definitely certain harmful effects. So there are many harmful consequences of the soil pollution. Let us share some of the important ones. The excessive use of chemical fertilizers, when change the chemistry of the soil, it leads to sudden decline in crop production. So you have seen in the previous years, in the previous decade, that farmer sector or the agriculture sector is under crisis. There is food crisis also. Why? Because there is sudden decline in the crop production. So although the farmer is using same fertilizer, same land, same crop, but why there is decline in the crop production? Because soil is not the same. There is change in the chemistry of the soil. We cannot grow or we cannot get the same production in the acidic or the basic soil. So we should not use excessive chemical fertilizers, because excessive use of chemical fertilizer is leading to change in the chemistry of the soil and ultimately sudden decline in the crop production, hence food crisis. Then second harmful effect is overuse of chemical pesticides. We are always spraying the pesticides, chemical pesticides particularly, to kill the pests. But overuse of the chemical pesticides, it has caused the accumulation of toxic chemicals and has made the soil poisonous, which ultimately kill many useful natural soil microorganisms also, nitrogen fixing bacteria or the earthworms or the nitrifying bacteria, denitrifying bacteria, which were helpful to the farmer. Next, the chlorinated hydrocarbons like DDT, BHC, which we use as the pesticides, has strong effects on the brain, liver, and causes hypertension and malformation of the reproductive organs. How? When we consume the wheat grains or the food after the spray of DDT and BHC, it enters into the food chain and they are ultimately consumed by the mankind. So consumption of these harmful chemicals, they affect the brain, liver, and it leads to the hypertension. And ultimately, it is also responsible for malformation of reproductive organs. We can see many bird species also they got extinct because birds always eat the food grains. So when these chemical pesticides they get accumulated through biological magnification, they are eaten up by the birds. These birds lay the eggs which are having very thin eggshells. So very thin eggshells means the bird species are under extinction because of the toxicity level, higher toxicity level, they cannot get mature to that extent. Similarly, use of pesticides is leading to ecological imbalance because whole food chain is being affected. If the bird population will be low, it means next trophic level will be affected. The dumping of the garbage and the solid toxic industrial waste, you can see large heaps of the garbage on the roads. It is damaging the scenic beauty of the land also. And there is creation of another kind of the pollution which is called landscape pollution. We don't feel comfortable when we go outside. So it means we should not dump the solid waste, toxic material, particularly released by the industries, on the land directly because it is responsible for landscape pollution. Presence of DDT is affecting the rate of photosynthesis process also. So all of you know very well photosynthesis is a very good process which is responsible for the food production. So if the photosynthesis rate will decline, it means crop production will automatically fall. So it means keeping all these harmful effects, we should learn how to reduce or how to check, how to control the soil pollution. To control the soil pollution, we should take certain preventive measures which can help us to reduce the soil pollution. So the root cause is chemical fertilizer. It means we should try to replace the chemical fertilizer with the biofertilizers. So that chemistry of soil should be changed. There is need to make the soil neutral. Neutral soil can be achieved by the use of biofertilizers. What are biofertilizers? The fertilizers which increase the nitrogen content of the soil, but they are of the living origin. Like Azolla, Anabina, we can use certain algae, Nostoc colony or the blue-green algae, which can make the soil neutral, which can add the nitrogen content also, and they will diminish or they will cancel the harmful effect of chemical fertilizer too. Similarly, harmful chemical pesticides should be replaced with the Biopesticides means like neem oil, which can kill the pest also, but it should not harm the soil also. So we can go for the pesticides to check the toxicity of the soil. Crop rotation can be done. We should grow the crops in a rotational pattern. We should grow first cereal crop like wheat, which consume the nutrients. Then we should go for the leguminous crop, which like pulses, pea, grams, which add the nitrogen content. So this cultivation of the cereal crops alternatively with the leguminous crop is known as crop rotation, which ultimately maintain the nitrogen content, and there is no need to add the chemical fertilizers to increase the nitrogen content of the soil. The use of organic manure should be encouraged in the agriculture sector than the chemical fertilizers, because organic manure help to increase the fertility of the soil. It helps to make the soil neutral. Multiple cropping and crop diversification is very good option. It is a better alternative. We should grow the different crops in the same field. For example, we can grow leguminous crop like mustard in the field of wheat, because when we will harvest both the crops, soil will be mixed up. One crop is consuming the nitrogen content, another crop is adding the nitrogen content. Crop diversification is a very good alternative. We should grow for the cereal crops which consume the nitrogen content, along with leguminous crop which add the nitrogen content, plus the commercial crops like paper crop. So it will help to increase the economy of the farmer also. It can restore the natural balance. Then dumping of the garbage and hazardous waste on the land should be completely discouraged. We should not spoil the uppermost layer of the soil. We should not waste it. Then fine techniques like remote sensing techniques should be used for the mineral extraction, because most of the area of the land is being destroyed by the mineral extraction also. So we are having very fine techniques, remote sensing techniques, which can sense the presence of different metals or non-metals in the surface of the soil. And polythene bags, one of the very important issue, it is the basic culprit which has damaged the many layers of the soil. So use of polythene bags should be completely banned. Rather, use of biodegradable plastic bags should be encouraged. We should use the cloth bags, jute bags, which are easily degradable. Then recycling of the crop waste should be done. Then burning. Agriculture waste should not be burned. We should undergo the vermicomposting or composting process for the agriculture waste, so that we can prepare the organic manure. What is vermicomposting? It is simply use of earthworms to prepare the organic manure. What is biocomposting? We can use even the certain bacteria or the mixture of the bacteria or the algae to prepare the organic manure from the agriculture waste. Then urbanization and industrialization can be planned. We should do the planning accordingly. We should not develop cities or the towns at every place. Urbanization and industrialization should be planned on some concrete areas which are not fertile in nature, which are already barren. So we should plan the cities over there. So in this way, you can see we can save the soil. All of you must keep this factor in mind, that size of the earth is fixed. All the factors are increasing. Population is increasing, consumption is increasing, but earth is not increasing in size. It is fixed. So we have to save the soil, because food can be grown only in the soil. We cannot compromise the agriculture with the industrialization. So agriculture has to be done, and it is possible only when soil is available. So it is utmost necessity of the today's generation that we should control the soil pollution. So I hope all of you must have understood this concept, that soil pollution is very important issue. We need the soil to grow the food, because food is our basic necessity. I hope so. All of you must have the like the video. Kindly share it with your friends, so that you can do more contribution to save the soil. Thank you very much.